Hey, also this is a series of videos where I'm going to be talking through my Hylian Hero levels and discussing strategies and techniques for beating them. The first video covers this level you can see on the screen, the Desert Palace. This is the easiest palace out of them all. As you can see, a clear rate just under 30%. So here we go, let's play the stage. Okay, so the very first thing you need to do is find the sword. The sword is up here by the pipe. All you have to do is climb up like so, get the sword, and then bomb your way through the blocks here. You can go either side. The right hand side is quicker though. So now we enter the actual level. As you can see, we have the wind and the horror effect. The thwomps will never hit you, they go sideways. Well, unless you jump right up and deliberately take damage. So this part is just some platforming. Jump across on the conveyors, you can fall down. Then you can try again pretty easily. Shouldn't be too difficult, just beware of the wind. The same with this section, you can just drop straight down if you want to though. So then we have a door. So this room, the objective is to get the 4 pink coins at the top of the screen. The easiest way to do this is to fire an arrow up like so. Just wait for the wind to die down. There's 2 and then there we go, that's the final 2. Nothing too difficult here. You can get the other coins if you want. There we go. Okay, so with this section, you just have to avoid the spike balls and make it to the other side. It's not too difficult. You have the donut platforms here as well to help you. You can get the coins, just be careful. Jump over them. It's a bit easier when the wind is not blowing. Nothing too difficult there. You can just run through though, if you're careful. Let me show you how that's done. So you do have to jump over the first one, but you can get ahead of the spike balls like so and then just run straight through. Nice and easy. That's probably the best method for speedrunning the level. So onto this room here. This is a very straightforward room. All you have to do is hit one of the power blocks. So take your pick, whichever one you think's easiest. You have a choice of 4 to choose from. The one over here requires a sort of backwards jump shot. It's a little bit harder. So probably best to go for the ones in the middle, but it's entirely your choice. Nothing too difficult here. So onto this room. All you have to do is go carefully across on the claws. The thwomps won't hit you again. You can also shoot the coins when the wind drops down. The other method for getting the coins is just to jump up. You can go across on the conveyor belt to get through this room a bit quicker, but it's harder. Let me show you how that's done. Okay, so the alternative method for this room is to just drop down carefully like so and then just run across. It's quite difficult to avoid the thwomps though, so be careful if doing this. You can also ride on top of the thwomp like so. However, as the wind is blowing as soon as you enter this room, that's quite difficult to pull off. However, you can sort of ride across. That's probably the fastest way to do this room. Get on top of the thwomp and then just ride across. But with the wind blowing, as you saw, that's very, very difficult to pull off. Now onto the sub-boss. All you have to do here is fire an arrow up at the power blocks. Nothing too difficult. You have a safe spot here. As you can see, the fireballs can't actually hit you there because of the clouds. If you do take damage, then you need to go back in the pipe and get another sword like so. So let's defeat the boss. Just be careful and fire arrows up like so. There we go. As long as you hang around that sort of corner, you shouldn't take damage, and then the boss should be really easy. There we go. And as you saw, you get a key once you defeat the boss. Okay, so this room here is really straightforward. The intended method is to just throw a bomb in the gap like so. The bomb will go across and then take out one of the power blocks. There is an alternative method though. You can just damage boost through here. It's very difficult to pull off though, so let's give it a go and see if I can actually manage it. There we go. So that's how it's done anyway. You have to clip the end of the first conveyor belt and then just jump across. And then with a bit of luck, you will fly straight through the gap, allowing you to cheese this section and save a bit of time. Now let's move on. There we go, like so. The hardest part is avoiding the first spike ball. You have to basically jump over that, but then the rest is pretty easy. So for this room, there's only one way you can really do this, and that's to throw a bomb up like so. There we go, and now that allows you to progress to the next section. Alright, so onto this section. You have some 50 coins up here. The easiest way is to take out the dry bones with your sword. And now onto this section. All you have to do here is stay on the platform. You can use your shield to deflect the fireballs. You can also take out the piranha plants with arrows. If you do fall down, then you can attempt this again. You do have to go back through the door though. That resets the platform. The easiest method, in my opinion, is to use the shield. None of the fireballs have really got close to me though. So now let's move on to the end boss, which is here. Now the end boss is reasonably difficult. The method for defeating this is to fire arrows up at the power blocks. As before, if you take damage, you do have to go back in the pipe and get another sword like so. Okay, so let's actually defeat the end boss. The way to do this is to fire arrows upwards. You can use your shield like so. That makes it a little bit easier. There is a safe spot in the corner once the stack gets low. As you can see, I can't take damage here. So that's useful after you have managed to get off the first 2 shots. And then you have this strange part at the end. Now, I've seen a few players try and use the shield to deflect the munches. That's not recommended, even though it does sort of work. The simple way to do this is just to fire another arrow upwards. There we go. And then you can use an arrow to hit the P switch and finish the level. So you have to be quick if you want the top of the flagpole. If you miss it though, there is a nice 1-up mushroom by the castle, and then that's the end of the level. So there we go then. That's a step-by-step guide on how to complete the Desert Palace. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I hope that was helpful. As I have already mentioned, I am covering all 8 palaces. That was the easiest palace, so hopefully that did not give you too many problems if you did play this for yourself. However, I did give a few strategies for speedrunning the level, so feel free to give those strategies a try for yourself if you want, and give this level a go if you have not already played it. Also, feel free to check out some of my other videos. They are on the screen right now. And thanks for watching.